The difference between these two entertainment companies is their business model. One is more, gosh, got to be 100 years old, and the other is so new and innovative that they actually created their own market with literally no competition. To get an idea of what I'm talking about, we're going to use a business model canvas to visually compare the two. Before we dive into the heart of the course, let's take a look at the definition of a business model. It's important to understand that a business model describes the rationale of how an organization creates, delivers, and captures value. By now you may be wondering what the heck a business model canvas is. Well, it's basically, as you can see, a visual representation of a company's business model. It was created by Alexander Osterwalder and his team, as he describes in his book, Business Model Generation. Think of it as a shared language for describing, visualizing, assessing, and changing business models. The business model canvas, it visually represents the 9 building blocks of a business model, which are, the first one, customer segments. Basically an organization can serve one or it can serve many different customer segments. Value propositions. Okay, the value proposition of a company seeks to solve a customer problem and satisfy customer needs with the value proposition. Channels is basically the value proposition is delivered to customers through communication, distribution, and of course, sales channels. The next block is customer relationships, and customer relationships are established and maintained with each customer segment, and they could have different types of relationships. Revenue streams. Revenue streams result from value propositions being successfully offered to customers. All right, next, key resources. Now, these are the assets required to offer and deliver the previously described elements. Next, we have key activities. Key activities basically describes the most important things that your company does to make its business model work. Key partnerships. So key partnerships basically are activities that are outsourced. All right, you may have some resources that you require that come from outside of your enterprise. Maybe you've got a buyer-supplier partnership with another company that you get terms to buy supplies to create your product, and you can pay them a month, 2 months later, 30, 60-day terms. There could be partnerships with competitors, believe it or not. And lastly, I want to talk about our cost structures. And basically, the business model elements that are described here all result in the cost structure.